Okay, I finished the first row of my knitting every row for 1 inch, and I put a red stitch marker at the end of the row right before my last stitch. That lets me know I've finished both sections. And it would be really easy right now for me to start knitting over there, but I can't do that because that's not the right section. See how that's a tail hanging down there? So I should not start knitting here because that would cause confusion. Because we're ready for row 2, we need to start knitting on the other side. We're doing garter stitch. So I need to keep knitting back with the same skein of yarn that I was just using. Now, this little stitch marker is not really a stitch marker. It came from a pack of toothbrushes. You know, there's little electric toothbrushes that have the little things that pop on the top. And they have these little color bands. That's what this is. This is one of the color bands I wasn't using. Just a little side note. So now I'm ready to go back the other way. Now some people may say, why are you going to so much trouble to knit a sweater? Doing both at the same time and worrying about the color changes and all that. Well, anything that you do, you want to do it right. Like, say you want to build a bridge. You don't just go out and start building it. You plan, you make measurements, and you think ahead about what it's going to look like when it's done. You don't just start building and say, hey, I wonder what this is going to turn out like. Same as painting a room in your house. If you've ever painted a room in your house, then you know. You don't just start painting. You plan about what color you're going to put on the walls. You look at the walls and you see what they're made out of. What kind of paint I should put on here. You know, should I use oil-based or should I use acrylic? And you measure the walls and then you figure out how much paint you need, and then you go to the store and you pick the color, and then you get it and you bring it home, and then you know you have enough paint for the whole room. And then before you start painting, you also have prep work that you have to do on the walls. So, you know, it's like any other art. You have to prepare. You don't just dig in and start. So do your prep work so you'll be happy with your finished product. So now we're going back the other way, and we're ready to knit the second row, and all we're doing is just knitting, knitting, knitting. Easy peasy. So I'm going to keep that little stitch marker there. And another thing I know now is that whenever I see that red stitch marker, I'll know that I just finished working both the back and the front. So now I'm ready to start the second section. So this acts as an end and a beginning for me. So I'll keep on knitting mine, you knit yours, and I'll see you in the Yarnspirations Forum. Bye.